the guys that I have that are most likely to inflict injuries because they hit harder. Piling on here, always nice. I might pile on. Yeah, I might. Actually, no, I'm not going to do it. It's not worthwhile. The reason is, like, these guys have armor 9, so the chance of piling on, which is a skill which allows you to basically jump on them for a second roll, but it puts your player down, is not really that helpful. So the ball's right there. It's within range of my accurate player, so I can easily get to it. That's good. I now have freed up Chaos Dwarf blockers that can start to create some problems over here. I have a Blitz available, which I'll most likely use on my Bull Centaur. I can start to create some walls. Let's make things a bit more difficult for them. Ideally, I think I'm doing this wrong, actually, because I'm just coming to think about it. I don't really want them to be hitting me, because, you know, I'm not the kind of... I can take the punches, but they seem to be winning more rolls than I am. What I should have done, really, is kind of put them back one, which means, oh, you want to get through? Right, you've got to break through some tackle zones. What annoys me is, like, most of the dwarves have agility 3, which is just crazy. The blockers don't, but these guys, yeah, they have agility 3. This blitzer has block and thick skull, and has armor 9, agility 3, movement 5. So it's like, fuck, that is hardcore. Alright. Best thing I can do here is probably put the Hobgoblin there. Just try and force a blitz. You can only do that once a turn. Okay, first things first. I could try and pick it up with the Bull Centaur. I mean, he has sure hands, but he still only has agility 2. So I'm going to put him next to that just in case it bounces off. Hopefully it will end up getting it there. So what have we got? We have no blitz opportunities here at all. In fact, that means I'm just going to move my second Bull Centaur up there. And then I'm going to try and pick it up with the Hobgoblin. And then we'll try and get into the hands of the Bull Centaur, then make an opening to the left. Oh, come off it. Thank you. And I'm going to try and do a handoff. You're hopeless. 2+1 on an accurate pass. It was still a 5+ for a catch, so that wasn't too great. Alright, let's see what they can throw. They're ganging up on my players. Pretty hardcore here. This my Hobgoblin's creating kind of a nice tackle zone, so they're going to try and break through on the left by the looks of it, so I need to win the fight there. Breaking through on the right's not that relevant because the Bull Centaurs can really outrun them, so if I can create a hole here, then I can get to the other side of the pitch. Question is whether or not I can actually do that. Look at the amount of skills that Troll Slayer's got. Freaking follow-ups as well, man. Okay. It's like I can hit... yeah, let's just start hitting them. Just kind of shove him backwards, I guess. I just want to put him right next to the Hobgoblin. It's like, here's tackle. Oh, look, you can't punch my Chaos Dwarf blocker anymore. That's good. This is a mess. One dice there. I'm going to get him back up. He can take more punches. It's fine. So I can pick up the ball again and then try for another pass. This line here is pretty messy. If I get this guy up, then I can get a 2-dicer against the blocker. Which is good. But it also means I kind of can push through his tackle zone and put another mark on the Troll Slayer. I can throw a 1-dice block, but there's no way I'd want to do that because he has block and my guy doesn't. So, absolutely stupid move. So what do we want to do? Well, probably we're going to blitz with the Bull Centaur because I want to take this Troll Slayer out. Push him out of the way. There we go. So we're starting to create that hole I was talking about. And then what I'm hoping is my luck holds here. I need to try and get hold of the ball. It says 4+, that is a gigantic lie. It's like, I really don't know why it says 4+, because I'm pretty sure it's a 5+ roll. It's really weird. If it was 4+, I'd probably go for the pickup, but it's not. I know it isn't. Or is it, actually? I'm pretty sure it's not. You know what? We're going to try it. I want to see. You see the roll there? 5+. Oh, we get a +1 for pickup. I see. Okay. Yeah, so it modifies the agility roll. That makes sense now. Now I get it. Okay, so we haven't really created a big enough hole here. But what we have done is we do have something of a makeshift cage. And it's going to be difficult for them to get inside that. It does put me right next to that blitzer, but I can roll a 2-dice block against him. What I can also do is place someone here. That runner could kind of blitz around, but he's kind of the only guy that can. So I'm going to make things difficult for them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a 2-dice block against this guy. He has blocked, but I have a 2-dice throw. Hopefully, you know, just a shove out of the way. It turns out I knocked him down, which is even better. So there we go. So that means that Bull Centaur, that Troll Slayer's not getting up next turn. The blocker's not getting up next turn because they're both stunned. They now need to somehow get in my way, otherwise the Bull Centaur's going to go meow all the way to the end. I don't think he's going to score a touchdown. He doesn't have the movement allowance for it, but he's pretty close. That's pretty good. Okay, what else have we got? A couple of crappy blocks, like a 1-dice we can throw here against this runner, which turns out was actually a fantastic result. Don't really want to push him back any further. I'm just trying to think which direction. I want to push him back this way, close to the back of the cage, because if he gets up, I want him to be moving in that direction, not towards this direction here where he can create a tackle zone. And I have a 1-dice block against Troll Slayer, who has... Yeah, this is a bad roll, and I'm not going to take it. The reason is that it's like it's a 1 in... it's a 1 in... No, it's 1 in 3 chance that I can actually make something good happen. So, I mean, it's okay. I could get defender down and defender stumble. Both of those would work. Don't want to risk it. I don't want to create a mark here. His agility's 3. He's probably getting out of it. Screw it. Let's throw it. Turns out it was good. I didn't want the Troll Slayer able to break out of that tackle zone and then start to come towards here or blitz in this direction. So... Bull Centaur doesn't have enough movement allowance to score next turn. He can go this far. It's mostly because he has to go around. If I move my Hobgoblin out of the way, then he can go a bit further than that. But he can't score this turn. He can score next turn, and once he gets up a good amount of pace, it's going to be difficult for the Dwarves to actually catch him. So my hope is that I can make that happen. I don't think they can really get anywhere near my cage here. The main problem... Oh, shit. I've just noticed that it's going to be my last turn. Fuck. Oh, actually, I can't score. God damn it. Ah. I hate it when that happens. I keep forgetting it's like my amazing plan comes together and I realize it's turn 8 and I can't actually do anything. I'm like, well, shit. He can't reach the end zone. Even if this Hobgoblin got out of the way, he's not reaching the end zone. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's as far as it can go. Shite. Alright. Well, I guess we do as much damage as we can then. I might start by fouling that. I was gonna... Ah, shit. I shouldn't have removed that Hobgoblin. I could have fouled the Troll Slayer. But there we go. Why can't he foul, actually? He can still move. It's kind of weird. Whatever. Okay, well, might as well throw a few more blocks and then see if we can do any damage. I'm salty about that. I'm a dumbass. Let's try and do damage to their runners, if possible. I've got the ball, doesn't freaking matter. Oh, come on. Really? You're gonna give me that? Try again. Thank you. Yeah, no. We're not doing that. That's silly. I can foul, definitely, but I don't want my Bull Centaur. Oh, actually, I've got Get the Ref, so it's very unlikely that anyone will get sent off. I could foul that blocker. That would give me, what, a +1. Not great. I bet look fouling here, actually. Yeah, let's foul here. Who assists? Okay. Yeah, I'll foul with the Hobgoblin because they're replaceable. There we go. No big deal. Move through here and get a 2-dice block against him. Results in nothing good happening. So Still can't get any space here with this Bull Centaur. Can't do anything with him. Doesn't really matter because I use my 1 blitz this turn. Alright, what's the last thing I can do? I can throw a 2-dice block against him, which results in nothing happening. And I can throw a 1-dice block here. Can't get my Centaur. I can get my Centaur there. Wait, 1 tackle zone. Not going to be breaking 1 tackle zone today, bro. Alright, well, not a great start, but it doesn't take much to score against the Dwarf team. I just need to find a hole and break through it. Especially since they don't have a death roll now. That's always good. Once again, we're going to go for a really strong front. We're going to receive kickoff, and then we're going to try and break a hole either in the left or the right, and then get through. Cool, we get quick snap. I can move my players a little bit. It's always nice. It's not a huge advantage, but it's better than nothing. I can actually move to the side here if I want as well. If I want. It's actually good because I can put one right there next to that Troll Slayer, which is someone I didn't have the ability to throw a block against earlier. And with this Hobgoblin assisting, is that the one with 4 strength? Okay, that's going to suck. It'll be a 1 dice, but it's better than nothing. Alright, cool. Get this Hobgoblin forward. We can move forward here if I want, but it's like, is there any benefit to it? There kind of is. It's like, let's just put a couple here and there. Anything's interesting. Alright, sweet. Let's get started. Claw. Gonna knock him the hell out. I want to push him towards the right because I want to open up the hole in the left. I want to start setting it up so it gets a bit difficult for them. I have Mighty Blow on him, so I'm going to throw the block with him. Resulting in anything, that's fine. I can follow up with him, which definitely gets something. There we go. Very cool. Do I have another Mighty Blow? I got Piling On. Don't want to use it. I use Piling On against high-value players, really. That's something you should turn off, because by default the game automatically uses Piling On, and you can go to options and turn it off in the optional skills menu, which is very, very useful. I would recommend that you do that, because that's a very situational skill you don't necessarily want to use. Alright, I'm going to put him there, because again, I'm going to start to create difficulties. I'm going to try and tie up the right here, and then I'm going to move towards the left. Now I can throw a 1 dice there. I mean, if I got another Bull Centaur in range, I could blitz with a Bull Centaur and get a 2 dice, which is not it sounds like a dreadful idea, but it's actually kind of not, because again, as I said, he's pretty good on go for it's because of Sure Feet, so it turns out I can actually knock that guy flat on his ass, which is wonderful. Also leaves this guy open to actually go and mark him, which is even better. Try and just create that narrow corridor where we can smash ourselves up the left. Okay. This Hobgoblin. Move to go and mark the blocker. I'm thinking of maybe getting rid of 1 more Hobgoblin, getting a Minotaur so it can be bashier. That might not be a terrible idea. Max out my bashy potential. Okay, so I need to pick this ball up. How do I do it? Well, it's going to be a 4+ for pickup, and I have Sure Hands so I can re-roll it. Or alternatively, I can go for a 2+ here with a guy that doesn't have Sure Hands. Here's the thing. This is the guy that I actually want to have the ball. So I'm going to put him... Don't run onto the ball, jackass. I'm going to put him next to it just in case he knocks it in that general direction. Let's go for that. Sure Hands, Sure Hands. He said they require 5. This is the thing. Oh, it's... I don't know. It just does a really bad job of... It does a really bad job of representing it. It's like, yes, you do need a 5, but it's technically a 4, because it'd be a +1 bonus for pickup. Fucking Blood Bowl rules are obtuse. It's not really the Blood Bowl rules are obtuse, it's that, unfortunately, the problem is that Cyanide does a really bad job of explaining them. Troll Slayer moving around there. So he gets out of the tackle zone. And it looks like we have a good result for us. Because someone decided it would be a good idea to... Well, actually they failed the block. They got the double red skulls, which is a really bad luck for them. Not that I'm going to cry about that. That's good news for me. So let's get another 2 dice block against the Troll Slayer. God, that was almost dreadful. Push in so that we've got a pretty strong area here. I have a unmarked Chaos Dwarf. First things first, I'm going to put him right there, and that Troll Slayer is going to have to deal with him. I'm going to throw a 2 dice block here. I'm actually going to throw one here too. I can set that up. 2 dice block and claw. You're going down, son. That's going to allow him to start pushing that direction. And then we're going to do 2 dice block with him. Again, push him away. We want to push them to the right, not to the left. Not going to follow up because it's more valuable to me to have him be a tackle zone. And what we can then do as well is we can put the... I do still have the blitz. I could actually blitz with this guy. Would there be any benefit to blitzing with this guy? Not really. So like 1 dice. And so why 1 dice? Well, because this Hobgoblin's in a tackle zone, so we can't assist. And none of these guys actually have a guard. So, is there an angle where I can get 2? No, there isn't, as you can see. So, is there any benefit to being there? Not really. Is there a benefit to stopping this blocker from moving across the field? Yes. So, I'm going to put him there. So, why do you use your blitz? Well, you don't necessarily have to use your blitz, and there are times when it's a bad idea. In this case, it's like, this is 3 on 2. This blitz is going to get up pretty shortly, which is what I'm kind of worried about. I really want to get hold of that ball. This Troll Slayer is actually 3. He could potentially get the ball himself. I'm going to move the Hobgoblin up here, and we're going to rely on sure hands again, hopefully. I just realized this guy doesn't have sure hands. Wow. God. That's the wrong one. The other Centaur's the one with sure hands. I wonder why I was being asked to burn rerolls. There's 2 rerolls I've burned now. This is bad news. I still can't get a hold of the ball. Frenzy. Ugh. A lot of shoving. Don't like him going in that direction. Troll Slayer breaks the tackle zone, moves around. He's not within range of the Bull Centaur. Bull Centaur's got to pick the fucking ball up. Question is, can he? It's pretty important that I get it into his hands. Yeah. Which one do I want? Yeah, you can push me out of it. That's totally fine. You do that. The longer this takes, the worse it's going to get, because this entire dwarf front is going to come crashing through my left flank, and then everything's going to go wrong. So I kind of have one more chance at not fucking this up. Let's start throwing some 2 dice blocks here to get a few more guys down. At least push around. Dice blocks. I can throw with this. It's like I could get this guy out of there, but it's I got to break through a couple of tackle zones to make that work. Alternatively, I can try and do something with this. This is horrible, because like these are the buffed guys with strength 4 that I can't really fight properly. If I get the sure hands guy over this, then that would be great, but I can't reliably do that. Come on. Do me a favor. Put this blocker here. It's like, here's another tackle zone for you. I mean, he can still get out of it, of course, but I'm gonna have to try for this pickup again. I've been exceedingly unlucky with this so far. Come on! Thank you. Good lord, what a bunch of crap. Alright. I outnumber them here, but they outstrength me. This guy has guard, which is really helpful. What's the Troll Slayer's movement allowance? a lot. He can go for, he's at movement 6, because again, somehow they got these buffs, and I have no idea where they came from. Getting through this is going to be tricky. Putting it here kind of makes the most sense, I suppose. Sort of make a bit of a cage. Can't use a blitz, I've already used it. It's like a cage from this side, but it also puts the Troll Slayer in tackle zone, so he's less likely to get a good roll. Yeah, I think that's probably the best place I can put him. I don't want to... I could take a risk and go, hey! It's like, alright, I'm going to break 3 tackle zones and do 3 go-for-it rolls. Yeah, let's not do that, because that's dumb. What I can then do is smack this blocker around, shove him about a bit, leave this Bull Centaur here. This also gives me a 1-dice block here because I have that strength now, so I can maybe do something. Oh, my Dauntless procced. Nice. It also resulted in nothing useful happening, but hey, whatever, we'll take what we can get. Push him back a bit. It's really the only choice I've got here. I mean, I could throw a red... I don't want to throw a red dice. I'll get 2-dice block against this runner. Nice. Don't want to follow him. I want him to remain here in case this blocker has any funny ideas. Let's make a try and break out of this. Yeah. Not too difficult. And then we can throw 2 dice here. Okay. Should have really pushed forward and I could have had another tackle zone here. At least it kind of frees him up to move there as defense next turn. Then I've got a 1-dice block against him, which I will take. Ah, excellent. I can just shove him in there. There we go. So that's a wall of pain they've got to get through. And a lot of their players are stuck on this side of the field. They're also pretty slow. So my concern next, I can throw this red one if I want, but it's probably not going to work out well. In fact, it makes no sense for me to do that. So my concern next turn is what could happen is the Troll Slayer wins the fight against the Bull Centaur, and basically he doesn't have Strip Ball, which is good. He has Frenzy though, which is not good, and he also has Strength 4. He's gonna be against red dice here though, because I have a Chaos Dwarf blocker sitting here and a Hobgoblin. So if he tries to red dice hit block me, I might get a turnover out of this. So that might work. So here's hoping he does something stupid and gets desperate. If he doesn't get desperate, then he tries to just slow me down and prevent me from scoring a touchdown. That's the Hobgoblin out of the way. Oh, Jesus. This is still actually okay. It's not dreadful. This guy's getting up next turn. I have this Bull Centaur here. This Troll Slayer is kind of around this area, but I do have to get my Bull Centaur away from everybody. If I can get out of these tackle zones and get up the field, then I'm fine. They won't be able to get to me. But the question is, can I do that? That's a good question. I'm taking a beating up here. Alright, well, so this is what I could do. Could also do this. One way or the other, I'm getting through multiple tackle zones. Other possibilities... I wish I'd jump up. If I'd jump up on one of these guys, that would be great. He could get up and actually contribute. I've only got 1 blitz, so I can't get rid of both of these tackle zones, but the thing is I don't have to, necessarily. I only have to really get rid of 1. And ideally, I want to get rid of this one, but from this angle. And the reason is I want my Centaur to get a straight shot up here. And that's going to be very difficult to stop. Not impossible. If I can knock him down, I can bring in assistance to get a 2-dice block with this blitz. So I need to first get rid of him. I want to do it with this side because this guy has more movement allowance there. And that's not going to do shit, is it? Come on. That did not work out the way that I'd hoped. My hope was I knock him over, and then my Chaos Dwarf can safely go here. As it stands, he's now in a tackle zone, so he can't help. Shite. I might have to risk a 1 dice. This guy, even if he's standing up, I don't think can really help. He might be able to. Yeah, he can, actually. what's going to happen now is that because this guy cancels out this guy's assist, I can now get a 2-dice block against the Troll Slayer. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it from this side. Again, I can't knock over both of them. But I can get rid of him, potentially. There we go. Oh, this is the perfect move. Watch this. This is how to get rid of tackle zones. Smack. Oh, look, I somehow no longer have a tackle zone to get into. I forgot there is that one move that I can make that would have broken both tackle zones. So, nice. So now what I do is I blaze up the field. So let's look at some movement allowances and let's see who can get who. This guy can't hit him. And you might think, oh, he can just... No, he can't. Because blitzing takes 1 movement allowance. The runner could get to him, but he would be making a 2-dice block against if he did. Plus, I'm going to punch him. So, we could, of course, go even further in this direction. However, if we did that, it would allow the blitzer to get in close. The blitzer has strength 4, which means he's got a better chance. So what we want to do is prevent the blitzer from getting there. The way that we're going to do that is by... I think we put him here. No, we don't want to put him there. We want to put him here. I want to do a straight shot up there. Go. Now, I've got sure feet and I've got a reroll. Turns out I didn't need either of them. This is great. Okay. I may even be able to get a player over there to actually mark this guy, which would be beautiful. So the first thing is we're going to take this runner out because he's like one of the only ones that really has the speed to catch him. Or we're not going to take the runner out because the game's a dick. We're actually going to push him closer to where he needs to be. Son of a bitch. Okay, that's fine. No, it's all right. It's okay. We're going to get him up, which creates an additional tackle zone, and then we're going to hit him, and then we're going to move the goblin instead. Okay, so I'm going to push him that way. I'll put him there. I'm running out of time. And then we're going to move him, and what I want to do is place him right there. Oh, you want to blitz him? Good luck. Go into a tackle zone now. The only threat, I think maybe he can still blitz. So I guess maybe I didn't quite... It doesn't matter, actually. Wherever I put him, I think he could blitz anyway. But it's still going to be a 2-dice block against because of this. No, it's not. I've got to move him here to make that happen. Okay. I put him there for a very specific reason. No, let's move him here. Oh, shit, too late. Oh, all right. Well, I put him there so that this guy would get an assist, because otherwise this guy's strength 4, he'd get a 1-dice block. I want a 2-dice block against, if possible. So, but I think I've got this, but there's still a possibility that it might not happen. Just saying. Alternatively, because the AI could do something incredibly stupid. Turns out he's not going to blitz with them at all. So I have a straight shot to the end zone. Unless I fuck it up, which I could do by throwing more blocks. And you know what? I'm not going to do that because it's more important that I at least get a tie this game. So let's run it home. It's good. It's very good. Alright, now just go do that again. And I got 3 turns to do it in. It's pretty unlikely to happen, but I guess I can take a... These are the playoffs, actually, so it's probably going to go into extra time. This actually favors me rather than them. Am I down a player? No, I'm not. It's just random. It's like, oh, you know what would be good? We're going to put a Chaos... We're going to put a Hobgoblin there instead of a Chaos Dwarf blocker. I'll bet you don't do that, because that's stupid. You can see all my spares here. Get the Hobgoblins up the front here. When we see if a kickoff, it's most likely going to land around this area here. Usually does. Oh, actually, I'm kicking.